Yeah. Yeah, I'm Jay. What it do? Look. I know we've been talking about kicking it, no need to play, girl. You know you the shit with it, prepping your meals, got a plan and you stick with it, girl. You look good in them jeans with the rips in it. Time is like money, be careful with spending it. I just want to limit your Benjamin so I can copy that Lexus. You wish to get more than enough bread to pay your tuition with. We met on your birthday, it might have been Thursday, my first time at Niles. You got what I wanted, no reason to stunt. I've been stuck in denial. With that junk in the trunk when you jump in that truck and you chuckle and smile. I need more than some rum to forget about them bums, girl. Is you from Ohio? Don't know why I hesitated in the first place. Cooper's hard when you get off if I don't work late. Cause I'm a type of guy to show up at your workplace just to give you flowers for your workspace. It's down each. If I want it, I get it. The youngest lieutenant, turn up till I'm finished. Those couple of women that's up in my business get nothing. They front and you got something different. And
I need something new.
Yeah, I need it.
I need something new.
Yeah, I need it.
All these girls the same. Girl, what's up with you? I need something new.
Yeah, I need it.
I need something new.
Yeah, I need it.
All these girls the same. Girl, what's up with you? I need something new.
Yeah, I need it. Yeah, I need it.
I need something new.
What's up with you?
I need something new.
Yeah, I need it.
All these girls the same. Girl, what's up with you?
Yeah, real life. I need something new now. What's up with you? It might be you, you know. Shit.
What's up with you? What's up with you?
I mean, look. Me and Willie hit you on the Snapchat. I just want to send you something you can laugh at. Doing stuff to make you blush when you first watch. It was in Shane's spot where we crash at. Always focused on the money, gotta stack that. Sometimes I gotta teach you how your day going. And even if you tell me it ain't that bad, I'ma try to make you smile, that's why I stay joking. You know this when a nigga drop a song. Type of shit that made me wanna hit you on your phone. Asking who you with it, and if you sitting home alone, then we should go out and get lunch and maybe kick it what you want. Bottle of Moscato, I can cop it when you're ready. I've been thinking about it ever since I left Miami. Ain't nobody yakking, but I'm rapping for a Grammy. Trying to show you I'm the captain, get the napkin. This Marzetti gonna be good with the shit I cook up. I'm waiting here, patient, no pacing. I'm taking my time. I got wine in this age, and these rhymes that I'm writing, my mind has been thinking. No lie, I can't fake it. Fake it. You got something new, please don't get too confused. I'm just speaking the truth. Press repeat on this song so you don't get it wrong, girl. It's all about you.
I need something new. I need something new. All these girls the same. Girl, what's up with you? I need something new. I need something new. All these girls the same. Girl, what's up with you? I need something new. I need something new. I need something new. All these girls the same. Girl, what's up with you?
Yeah, I need it. Yeah, I need it. They're the same. What's up with you? Yeah, I need it. Yeah, I need it. They're the same. What's up with you? Yeah. What's up with you? What's up with you? Yeah. What's up with you?
Defend himself from what? From what? What was he defending himself from? Tell me that. Some of you motherfuckers think this is a joke.
This ain't no game. For real.
They straight, they think this a fucking joke.
We with you, baby. We with
you. They want him back in Ferguson. I can't get nobody back.
R.I.P. to the ones we lost.
They wrong. Y'all know y'all wrong.
Hands up, hands up. No justice, no peace.
Anybody out here don't think so?
Does anybody care for the pain of the mothers? Does anybody care for the tears that be running down their cheeks? Cause they baby just got killed in these streets by the people that's supposed to protect and serve. But that's not what they do. They rather point and shoot and fix the situation after your soul is levitating. Man, I'm hating the world that I'm living in. It's full of sin, full of darkness. Where is the light? They supposed to be the ones to read us of rights, but how can they when they not even doing right? All they wanna do is take a life. But we wrong if we stand and fight. Man, I can't stand the sight of the government. Babies dying, mamas crying, criminals getting off, and they loving it. R.P. to Mike Brown. Trayvon, got my hoodie on, ready to get my snack on, cause I'm a renegade and I'm not afraid to say what's on my mind at any given time of day, cause Lord knows they could've did it in a better way, but they chose a different route and they thought of each bullet before they let them come out. Now you knew what you was doing before you even did it, and you know you should pray for them crimes that you committed, and you know you was wrong but your ass still did it. Lord, I pray for the innocent, and I pray that they souls was heaven sent, and I pray for the parents that's so caring for their loved ones, cause I know they on their knees and they cannot breathe. So I pray to you, Lord, help us, please.
Why they gotta lie? Why they gotta die? Mama on the corner screaming, why like this? No mother should ever look at a child like this. Nobody should ever hurt a child like this. I can't breathe. No, I can't breathe. Said I can't breathe. No, I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Nah, looking over my shoulder. I didn't do anything wrong, that's what I told you. You don't listen to the ground, yeah, you just fold them. Cause we seem to be at the bottom of this here totem. Don't matter the age, man, your rage, man, and your fear, man. Get the best of you, man. And yeah, I'm talking to the man, cause I want y'all to understand. No longer puppets here, man. Cause all this dying can't be in the plan. This dying can't be in the plan. Yeah, blood in the streets, it's a shame. Can we stop at sheets? Influenced by way of living, say it will make you a beast. But talking about selling poison ain't the way to breach. These young minds, they spending time living lies. Say that it can get you money, yeah, your future looking bright. But remember, quick money always comes with a price. Sooner or later, that price will be realized. Follow the Lord and your path will be realized.
Follow the Lord and your path will be realized. Young minds and spending time living life. Follow the Lord and your path will be realized.
I have a dream. One day, this nation will rise up, live up the true meaning of its creed. Behold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal.
R.P. to Trayvon, R.P. to Mike Brown, R.P. to everybody who ain't getting no love before this died down. Civilians are getting killed, homie. The law committing crimes now. Soon we all gonna be in trouble. It's only a matter of time now. So if anybody's saying I'm wrong, tell them zip it up as if they fly down. Got me nervous even when I drive home. Just because I'm black, I'm making shot down. Speaking to them in the wrong tone, things get escalated, raising eyebrows. Get recorded because you got your phone on. No indictment, but you might get 5 rounds. That's real. Man, I told you that I'm fed up. Gotta tell my homies, try and keep your head up. Everybody out here always getting set up. Will it ever let up? Cause even if you put your hands up and you say you give it, man, you might get wet up. They ain't even thinking about using their handcuffs, and it's true. And I can't go blame every cop, but if we don't do something now, all this crime will never stop. Protest at the protest over those who protect us. Yeah, shoot to kill and arrest us. You committed crimes, you best took. Hey, I seen both the good and the evil. I met great men who have badges, love protecting their people. I've seen civilians kill others because finances ain't equal. Both sides have got to change. I pray that my message can reach you.
Why you gotta lie? Why they gotta die? Mama on the corner screaming, why like this? Nobody should ever look at a child like this. Nobody should ever hurt a child like this. I can't breathe. No, I can't breathe. Said I can't breathe. No, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Why they gotta lie? Why they gotta die? Mama on the corner screaming, why like this? Nobody should ever look at a child like this. Nobody should ever hurt a child like this. I can't breathe. No, I can't breathe. Said I can't breathe. No, I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
And welcome to another edition of WTMH Radio Spotlight of Columbus. My name is Patrice, and of course I have...
It's me. I'm back and I'm better. I'm not saying my name today.
He
don't bring me nothing to drink so we can talk stuff.
I didn't bring him anything to drink, and I'm sure if you've been listening, everything is aight.
Yeah. Aight is better than ain't it?
Aight is aight.
Aight is better than You could have brought us something. I'd have been like, what is that?
That's what you do, and then you smell it and then like it's aight.
We gotta smell it. What you drinking?
My drink. It's Java chip frappuccino.
It look like a bunch of stuff in here.
With
It's all stuck to the wall.
Yeah, well, it's a banana, hazelnut, and a shot of espresso. But I have gone down to one a week, even though I thought this was almost the end of the week or something.
Yeah, it's the beginning, and you're failing right now.
How am I failing?
Because you're supposed to go a week without it and have one at the end.
Right. And Tuesday was the last one I had one. And now this Monday now, even though I thought it was Tuesday or Wednesday.
That stuff got your brain all messed up. You thought, you was like, I ain't had one all week. It's like, it's Monday.
You had to put that out there.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, I said it because you said it. So
okay.
That's what we're going to do.
Okay, I hear you. Okay, we're going to go. Okay, so we do have somebody. She's going to be here. Unfortunately, we have had the worst weather this past.
It's the best weather ever.
No, it's not.
Well, we ain't had no winter in years like this.
We had a winter like if it's cold, it's winter.
No.
To me, it don't even have to be snow. If it's cold, it's winter.
No.
And last year we did have a winter.
Man, it came and left.
I shoveled my
how many times?
driveway.
How many times?
About 4 times.
In how many days?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I just know I shoveled.
This I like the winter. We actually had a white Christmas. I was cool with that.
Okay, so yeah, on Christmas, and then I wanted to melt the next day.
I know it did, didn't it?
No, I said I
wanted
to.
It did. It actually did. Remember after Christmas, it got all sunny and stuff. Right. It was like, but hey, it's winter. It's January.
And
nothing you can do about
I
it.
Still hate it.
Well, it's because you live out of town and you got to drive through mountains just to get here. I would probably hate it too if I had to go through all that.
We have to go there as well, right?
Hey, I'm just saying, if I had to drive that far being it, I probably hate it too. See, I'm about 10, maybe 12 minutes away. You about a half hour, 45, maybe an hour and a half in this weather.
Yeah, it took me an hour and 10 minutes today. But usually, if I leave at a good enough time, it only takes me like about 35 minutes to get here.
That's a hell of a drive.
That's 35 minutes.
But especially when you like that distance for like that lower speed, that's gotta be boring. See,
what you mean lower speed?
Like 35 miles an hour this whole way? That's lower speed.
Yeah.
Now, if you're doing like 65, 75, 80 on the freeway, you be like, okay, because you're just driving. Now, this is just like you just stopping and going and being careful. It's like,
because when I got on the freeway, I was sliding more than if I took the side street, so I got off. And I just, it's like I've left in enough time that I will get here on time without an accident.
That's cool. You made it safe.
Yeah, there we go.
And I'm about to look at my phone because because I'm trying to check the forecast.
It's gonna be worse.
And so you don't think it's gonna let up? No time.
I already seen it. That no, it's not gonna let up at all. Yeah, not gonna let up at all. Hi, Marcus. Hi, Mama.
It's not gonna let up at
Hi,
all.
Ray. Hey, John.
I gotta look now.
Yeah,
I gotta look now.
Yeah, I mean, like it's still coming down real bad.
Oh, it says it's only going to be doing this till 11 tonight. That's not bad. That's not bad.
It's still good. That means that when we leave, it's still going to be bad.
I ain't gotta leave. I ain't gotta leave ever.
I know.
I'll just go upstairs and go to work. But I mean, 11 tonight is better than 11 tomorrow night. Like consistently.
Okay, but the news was saying we're going to have some more tomorrow.
I don't watch the news, so I can't verify that.
But that's why you need to watch it.
No. Last time I watched the news, man, I got no sleep. Ain't none of news but bad news half the time. Well, 90% of the time. Come on the news right now. You're going to be like, damn, really?
Something.
Like there's nothing else good going on in the world. Y'all just got to say all the best. They're like, watch the news. I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. It's too depressing. I don't want to watch the news. I quit.
Most of the time I watch it just to get the weather, to see what's going on. And yeah, because now that we're the number 2 in the nation as far as highest death rate, homicide rates right now in Columbus, Ohio. Not Ohio, Columbus, Ohio.
Well, we have like 9.
Yeah, already, but last year, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, last year, yeah.
Yeah, and now and what is it, the 15th, and we've already had 9 homicides already?
Yeah.
We got to do better. Columbus is better than that.
Man.
Columbus, Ohio is better than that.
People talk about it, and I just be like, man, it's going to stop sooner or later, but then again, it might get worse, man. It's one of the things that you should have seen it coming because it was getting worse for the longest time. Now it's like at its worst and it's not coming down. Before it get bad, then it go down and go. You be like, damn, man. Now it's just stuck. I'm like, that's why I tell everybody, stay in your lane, try to do what you do, take care of your family. Because if you stay out of harm's way, you can dodge it. If you're in the middle of something,
walk away.
Man, if you knocking on the devil's door, man, he just might open it. Like it's up to you because I know people that go to clubs and go to bars and all the time, have a good time, come home and everything. Then I also know people that go to clubs and bars and go there and tear it up. You be like, so more of the story is go to the bowling alley.
Right.
Go shoot some pool.
Enjoy yourself and and
get out. You ain't gotta stay till 2:30 in the morning when they shut down. The bars, that's why the bar sets the clocks back a little bit, like 15, 20 minutes. So, you know, they be like last calls at 2:00, but it's really like 1:50, 1:45. And people still want to, like, I know people that go out at 1:30. I'm like, what y'all about to stand in line first, then y'all about to stand in line for drinks. Y'all about to, for what? I'm like, y'all
because
crazy.
They're young. I mean, I can understand.
Man,
when
I don't understand that.
I'm trying to tell you, when I was in my 20s and up, I used to go out from Thursday night all the way to Sunday morning. And we didn't even leave to go out until 11 o'clock because we already knew that the clubs wouldn't even start really pumping up until about then.
Did you say pumping up?
Pumping up. Pumping up. Pumping up.
Pumping up.
Yeah, pumping up.
That's that old school lingo right there. The club started pumping up.
When they was going.
Yeah.
Everybody was there, you know, it was hyped, all of that stuff. So we wouldn't even leave until 11 o'clock. And that's weird. That wasn't the end of it because even after the clubs closed, then you got your after hours.
Well, yeah, with after hours, I understand that. But I never, like, maybe that's just me because I never went to the club for the turn up. I never went to the club because it was packed. I never liked going to atmospheres when it was at its peak. Like, if I'm already there, cool. But to go there just for that, I'm good. Like, I've never been, like, I got cousins that be like, yeah, we about to go out, man. We about to go in there, turn up on this. I'm like, so y'all go for the crowd. I've always been the guy to go to make a crowd. So like, you'll catch me at the club at 10 o'clock, sitting at the bar, kicking at the pool table, you know, sitting out there, meet people in there, talking to the owners, probably, you know, just kicking it, you know. And then you get a bunch of people coming in right there, and you be like, okay, that's cool. And then you see 200 people rush in, and I'm going out. I'm like, I'm cool. Like, first of all, I don't mind walking through crowds, but I kind of hate it. I hate walking through crowds.
Well, I think
because when you walk through a crowd, it can either be a successful walk or it could be a walk that can mess up your whole night.
True.
And it ain't gotta be like you. It could just, you know,
somebody you with.
You know, somebody you with, or just somebody that's in there. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't about, you know, like, I don't know. It's just always been me like even if I go to a club now, I never like paying to get in, but I don't mind it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if I go in a club, like, I like the VIP. I like the secluded corner areas so I can chill and ain't got to worry about stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Because you go to a club or something, you trying to find a seat, trying to drink, you trying to walk around. Like, I hate that. Because it's frustrating. Because, you know, when you walk in somewhere, you just want to go there and kick it. You don't want to put too much thought into it. Like, okay, here's my money. Give me my drink. All right, boom. Let me find an area I can chill at. Man, you go in a club now, you be like, I was better off in the car. Like,
see, with us, I think it was more or less like we had a specific club, this one club that we went to. And the reason why we went to it like that is because we knew everybody. It was like we knew when we came in, you know, as far as my girl, our clique. We knew, I mean, it used to remind me in a black version of Cheers. Where you know how when you come in, everybody know you, and then that song, that one. So,
it's a familiar atmosphere. You walk in like, hey, they like, hey, you like, oh shit.
Yeah, and then exactly. Yeah. So we had, I mean, like, even though we went the other places, it was always that one club that we went to, had a ball, and we always knew no matter what, you know what I'm saying? Because you knew everybody and everybody knew you. We were gonna have a good time.
And see, like that's cool because that's why we got like the Brick. You know, it's a little lounge, it's a Masonic bar over there from Mount Vernon. Like, place like that is dope. I don't mind play, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, people know if I make a post like I'm about to go out, y'all know I'm about to go out like 9 o'clock. Because I'm not going for a party. I'm going to kick it the way I want to kick it.
Right.
So when I kick it like that, people come out, they'll come kick it. And then when they want to disperse and go somewhere else and go kick it real hard, I'll be like, I might go. But then again, I'll be like, because I'm not a dance guy. I'm not out there dancing. I'm not out there really mingling. I'm sitting down and I'm just sitting. Yeah, I'm just chilling. And then, I'm probably talking to the DJ, getting music played, trying to talk to the promoter, trying to talk to the owner, looking at the capacity thing on the wall. Like, is this rentable? Like, when I go out, I try to do everything. Everybody else be on the dance floor and doing all this. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. I ain't got to do all that. I'm good. I'll be in VIP. I might grab a lady off the dance floor, come sit down and keep me company or something. Like, you want to dance? Nah, I'm good. I'm not dancing.
No fun.
I'm not a dancer.
It's about dancing and having fun. And my thing is, I
for
used
a
to
dancer,
have fun.
for a dancer.
But that's just like, okay, you like your drinks, right?
Yeah.
See, I was never a drinker, even when I went to the club, and it was like because I knew my girlfriends, they did drink. So I might have one drink because I know I'm gonna have fun without the drinks, where my girlfriends would get so plastered. I was always the designated driver. But
you was the good girl.
Well,
so you wasn't.
No,
so you wasn't the good girl.
Y'all hear that, y'all? Being a good girl, it was just the fact that I didn't need the drinks to have a good time. Half
the people don't need the drinks. They just drink it because it's there, and it's. I think it's like just like
it's some kind of trend or something. Like you got to be
what
they call it. The way to get turned up is to drink, and I don't.
Well, it's mostly just like it's like people who smoke. They eat, they grab a cigarette. They doing something, they grab a cigarette. You go in the club, even if you don't drink, you gotta have something in your hand for some reason. It's like I want a cup of water, juice, or liquor. I don't know what it is. So after a while, females drink not as expensive as the men. So hey.
Who told you that?
What you mean told me that, man? I've owned many clubs. Women do not pay as much as men at bars.
Oh, no, because we expect y'all to.
No. I'm just saying, women do not spend. If a lady can walk up to a bar, a dude can walk up to a bar, they can order the same drink, and I promise you the price will be different. No matter if it's 50 cents or $1.
Why is that?
Because if clubs want to make real money, they have to cater to the woman. They have to. The woman always has to be on the pedestal in the club because that's why the guys are there. Because without a club, if you got a club full of dudes, you have no club. you have no atmosphere. You're not about to have a good time. It's about to be a lot of niggas just staring at each other, about ready to fight. Unless they shoot pool or something. Or unless you got a pool league and it's beer night or something. You know what I'm saying? But if you ever go to a bar, the women will get just like when the Rose guys come in. The Rose guys go to the men.
I remember the Rose guys.
They go to the men.
They go to the women too.
They go to the men because guess what? The way to set an atmosphere in the club is for a man to hand a woman a rose.
Right.
And what I used to do in our club, I would buy like 50 roses, and I would walk around and pass them around to women. No matter if
that.
Yeah, and it sets the atmosphere. Now sometimes the rose guy will go up to the woman with the rose because trying to flirt, trying to be that person. Yeah, and they'd be like, well, let me give you 2 of these. You'd be like, dude, she is not. Like, go ahead. Like, you the rose guy. You cool.
But it is not that kind of
it's not the same. Unless she really digging you or something. Like, she just give her the rose and walk on. Yeah, but like women are the reason clubs are successful. Because if you could get a woman drinking, then the guy's gonna drink. It's all about that thought of that possible hookup.
See, and that's how I do. I might buy one drink, but then it was always guys that bought my drinks. And then because I didn't drink like that, I would just give it to my girlfriends. Hey, we got a caller.
Let's see if this is a real caller.
Welcome to, thanks for calling the Spotlight of Columbus. Who am I speaking with today? Hello?
Yeah, can I speak to Roderick?
Hey, you got the wrong number, man. Hey, this is the radio station. Please don't call this number again, all right?
What radio station is this?
WTMH Radio.
Where at?
We're in Antarctica.
In Antarctica?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry, baby. I keep down this number. I done called the other night, too, from a Long Island, and I'm like, wait a minute. I keep getting jobs. All right, my bad. I'm sorry, baby.
All right, bye. All right. Yeah, somebody
still getting those calls.
Somebody gave a number out, or somebody I don't know, because it's like I was thinking like the other day I was like, sometimes people get the number because we get a new number or something, and it was somebody's previous number. But I was like, I was like, this number been the same forever. I was like, so somebody passed the number out, or I don't know. And it's always sound like it's a foreigner or somebody that's not here.
Right, right.
But
you know what? The thing about it is they probably didn't pass it out. You know, they if the number is out there, those calls and things get them no matter where it is, especially if it's the foreign people calling and they just.
But they're calling like asking for people. Now, if it'd be different if it was like a call center call, like really calling.
Right.
I think somebody gave out the number as a gag, not knowing that it was ours.
Right.
Some girl was some dude probably all out, and she just made up a number, and it just so happened.
Got you.
It just so happened to be this because I was like,
"Hey, Denise, love you."
Man, let's see what this is.
Hey, cousin.
They hung up.
But I got Brandy. We got all kind of people in here. I love all of you. Thanks for listening to me today. Oh, and Denise said, give her a couple weeks. She will be here. No, seriously. She's had.
I didn't say nothing.
Your look. I just looked at the. Did you see his look, Denise?
I'm not on camera.
He gave a look.
No, I didn't. I just looked at my watch like.
Yeah, she'll be here. Don't worry. I'm sure she got a lot to say to you.
Why? Why you make it sound? You always try to turn somebody against me.
Denise will never be against you.
I always trying to tell me why would she have something to say to me?
As I tell her how she say you always talk a mess on here.
So she know what it is. Shit.
You say that, I said that.
See, look at you. See, trying to start stuff, man.
Hi, Miss Bradford. How are you? Yeah, we got some people looking, and we got people in California. My Ernestine Hill is on here.
California, yeah.
California, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Really?
Yeah.
You are so lame.
I said whoop whoop.
You are so lame.
Why can't you just go along with it? Why you always gotta say something out the way?
Because you understand, I'm the one sitting here really hearing this, and I'm like, did she just say that really? See, y'all see how she act when she got that coffee in her system? Oh, I'm sorry, that frappuccino.
Frappuccino is
frappuccino.
It's not coffee. You should see. Look, the kids got dads. When I get happy, I go yay, and he's like, "Don't do that again. Don't do that," because I would.
Wow.
That's my happy look. When something goes good, that's my happy dance.
Okay, so why didn't I have nothing to drink today?
Because you keep saying that it's lame.
Ain't there like an extra cup over there?
That's okay. No, because that's what I got for Olivia, who will be here.
Oh, that's how it is. I'm really voting against her coming now.
Why would I?
Because I might have been thirsty.
You don't like?
I mean, like I said, it's not something I would get, but I was getting used to the treatment. Damn.
The treatment that you don't like.
So I told you if it's there, I'm still drinking. So, I told you I'm greedy. I know it's bad.
If you drink her drink, she would. You think? She'd be turning up right now when she.
She got till 6 o'clock. 7. She got till 7.
She got till 7.
She got till 7, and I'm gonna drink the hell out of it too. And I'm a videotape Charlie. I'm a Facebook caller and be like, "Thanks for the drink." So she got my drink. That's how y'all feel?
Tyler, yes, I do. I work at a radio station on my show, Spotlight of Columbus. Thanks for watching today. Yeah. So pretty much, yeah, I don't know. But what I was gonna say is I was watching this video, right? And it was David Banner. And he was talking about how much things have changed as far as, and put it out there, these kids out here trying to sell drugs. And what he was saying is, like, when he was growing up, it wasn't ever anything about him, or bashing somebody about doing the drugs. Okay. But they had a code, back when we were growing up, right, where you don't sell to pregnant women, you don't sell to kids. And if you did, you can get shot and killed yourself. Right. So he said when he was growing up, and even if he tried it, they would, whoever the drug dealer was, or whoever was like, nah, you don't do that. That's music, man. And he got it, he got a future. He was like, nowadays the kids think in their head, okay, do I want to be a drug dealer? Do I want to be a doctor? Do I want, all these other things? Mm-hmm. And he said drug dealer really shouldn't even be in the category, because when we were growing up, we did it because we didn't have any other choice. Well, it wasn't a choice that was made for, but even in that case, it was a code that that there was specific people that you did not sell to. Now there is no rule.
Well, it is the young generation now, it's not their fault. Because you got to also remember too, even when I was younger, like you said, if you made a mistake, you would rather get punished or you get taught or you get put in your spot, but not in a real harm way, unless you really just disrespectful with it. But they would give you a lesson, they give you a chance. The old heads got tired. The old heads that had the voice, the old heads that the shot callers got tired, they got lazy, or whatever happened. So they let up. So when people, even with the music, people say, "Oh, the music like this on the streets like that," I'm like, you can't complain over something that y'all let happen. Because once upon a time, remember how that old thing was? If you get in trouble at school, you can get your butt whipped all the way home.
Yeah, it was always about.
And guess what happened?
People stopped being.
They stopped doing it. So for the generation nowadays, I was talking about this on one show, and I said, I can't even be mad at them no more, because it's a lot of people that's open now that be talking about, about the drugs in the streets and everything. But just like David Banner, I follow him. We did his show like a couple months ago.
Right.
We filmed and everything. He's wide open right now. His brain is wide open. But the only part that I think it's a bunch of hypocritical people nowadays is because they only mention some of the things they've done to keep themselves in that light of, oh, they're a good person now. Now, certain people like T.I. T.I. is a woke person. I mean, he's still like a street dude, but he's very smart. He does some little lectures. I mean, he made a lot of mistakes.
Right.
But first things first, he always tells you everything he did. And then he tell you, what I'm saying? Like when David Banner was talking to us at the seminar thing, he came at us strong. And I was like, damn, dude, making sense. And then, but when it was over, I was like, hold on, you hold on. What was in your mind when you was out there shooting people and robbing and selling to your family and doing all this? Because just because you find out later that it was wrong, because you know what I'm saying? Because some things is wrong, some things is right. We're just gonna leave it at that. But I look at people like, I'm like, why don't you never break it down with like why you did it? Because saying it's wrong and wrong and wrong, what if this same person got them same reasons why they're doing wrong now? But they look at you be like, oh yeah, he's smart, he did see this and that. Nah, man. What happened was, I'm gonna say it, niggas of age stopped telling people the consequences and telling them what they actually went through. Like a lot of people tell their story in their rhymes, but if you listen to like the older interviews on them, they'd say, all I did was wake up and smell crack. We was poor, so my uncle ain't want me to, do this. So he taught me how to sell whatever to better so I can get up out of here. He tried to give me direction. Now it was my choice to take the wrong road with the information, but I still got the information. Right. Nowadays, selling drugs, it's not considered a bad thing in the community.
See, and that's the thing that I think, well, in my mind, my opinion, that David Banner was trying to say. It's not that he's bashing anybody about doing what they do, because some people, just like you said, they got put in that, where they didn't have a choice. But that was the main thing he was saying. And he said, he's ashamed of the drug dealers today, because the kids now are thinking the selling drugs is a good, good thing to do. It's not about that they have other choices, like in the suburbs. You have the opportunities, to do better and do better.
And if you pick wrong, you be like, all right, now there was no need to do that.
Yeah,
but
you did that. You just decided to do it because for some reason in your head it's not just the dope dealers, it's society in general has it.
Like, we bust our ass to give you a good life. Why would you want to do that?
Exactly.
But you know what? I still think that's very hypocritical to say too, because even when we was younger, it was a fad. Like, it was a.
I never.
No. It was a thing. Selling dope and crack and weed back then was considered a good thing if you did right with the money. Remember, the bosses used to take care of people's neighborhoods. They used to take care of people's school funding and all that. Right. And these niggas ain't working. So it was cool as long as they did something positive with it. And that's very hypocritical to be like, okay, now you want to sell dope as a kid and do all this and do all that, and then do right with it and nobody looks down upon you because you're doing right with the community in some aspects. Now people aren't doing for the community, they're just doing for self. So now it makes them kind of the bad person.
But
and
not
I'll be
just
like,
like they're
that's
selling
messed
to any
up.
and everybody. It could be a kid out there on the street that's 9 years old, and if you want to buy it, they'll sell it.
There
it was a code.
It was a code, but that wasn't everywhere either. It wasn't everywhere. It wasn't like every neighborhood had a rule. Nah, it was some neighborhoods it was called organized crime. You had rules. If you wanted to be over here, you had to listen. You had to do this. Over here, it was like, as long as it don't affect us over here, we're good. But that was the problem, because if you didn't even try to gain structure down the line, it came back home and messed up.
Right.
That's why some neighborhoods, even on the north side, you could drive around like, that's a nice neighborhood. That's a nice neighborhood. And then you cross the alley and be like, whoa, hold up. You can tell where they messed that up. But like that's what I'm saying, is like certain codes and certain rules was only enforced in certain places.
Yeah.
There wasn't a bus in every block.
Now, do you remember Greenbrier?
I heard of Greenbrier. Because I grew up up north. But I got family that was, like we heard stories and everything, but I never got to, live out there.
Yeah. So I lived out there. The thing about it is that I'm going to put it in two separate ways. The thing about it is I lived out there. And I was that one person that you said, okay, actually, I grew up in the suburbs. I graduated from Grandview Heights High School.
I never even heard of that high school.
I know. I was the only Black person in the whole school, not the class, the whole school. Yeah, my mom was a police officer, and she was trying to teach me the lessons of things on why I should, I needed to know, so I knew how to handle myself. And that's a good role
model to have, somebody of the law. Because what she say, don't do that. You get 5 to 10 if you don't listen to people.
It wasn't even that. It was, she was a police officer, then she became a homicide detective. So my thing is, I was always nervous. Like, she would give me a call when they're getting ready to do a bust and all that stuff. But it made me defiant, because I was like, she had me in the, in this like bubble that she wanted me to stay in. Yeah. So of course, as a teenager, you went out of that bubble and then everybody knew her. So when I go out in the neighborhoods, like, okay.
They're like, hi,
they be like, yeah, we know who your mom is. And like, if I even looked like I was going to do something wrong, the drug dealers, they knew who mom was, and they like, nah, take your A home.
Take your mom.
Yeah, because you ain't about to be out here doing nothing stupid. And you won't even need to be around this stuff. So they was like really almost like brothers, and you know what I'm saying, like making sure I didn't get my butt into no kind of problems, because they probably because they was nervous, because mom had a reputation.
That was one thing that the neighborhoods still do have. They still got those couple guys, no matter what they doing. They could be mass murderers, but they always find at least 1 or 2, 3 people that they always try to prevent them from going down that road. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's just, but it's hard. It's hard not to fall a victim into the easy life, because the consequences aren't spread out to let you know. Like you get people like this. Like you said, Uzi Ali. You knew the world was going to be crazy when people was chanting and proud of to say that.
No, we weren't. We weren't proud, but it was just part of what it was. Just what it was.
But that's what I'm saying. But at one point in time, somebody make that a thing to say. That was where you from, Uzi Ali. You be like, okay, that like nothing about that sentence just said cool, but we get it. Yeah, it's a neighborhood thing. But you got to think, after a while, the name is going to catch up to itself.
Well, because of the fact that that's what it was out there, shoot 'em up and drugs and everything else. Now, the thing about it is, with me, when I went out there, I was trying to start out on my own, and my mom thought you just being defiant towards me and found the worst place in the world to,
it's out of all places. That's where you go to go.
Yeah, up there. But the thing about it is, I would never change a thing, because yes, it was bad, but for some reason I was fortunate enough that the people that I was around there, I mean, that's still my family to this day, and they never they always looked out for me. I looked out for them, and I'm talking about women and guys. Yeah. That was out there. Of course, like I said, the drug dealer was out there, made sure nothing ever happened as far as with my apartment and anything else. And as far as the women, we took care of each other. I mean, like with our kids and everything else. It was just a certain bunch of us that looked out for each other, so we didn't have the problems that I guess most people would have had out there, like drugs.
It's like this. Like my mom always told me, it's the company you keep.
Right.
If you walk a certain way and you got your chin a certain way and you just and somebody sees you trying to conduct yourself a certain way, the streets will always have your back. But if you mess up and then they be like, hey, you shouldn't do that, blah, 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 and you be like, man, fuck you, I'm girl, I can do everyone. They can be like, all right, then, out, little nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was like that. Like, I was bad. I was like a menace. But my neighbor, Mr. Moses, used to always try to keep me occupied.
What's his first name?
Eldred. Call him Mr. Moses.
Mm-hmm. You just knew Mr. Moses. That name sounds familiar. That's why I was asking.
Man, because that's not even his real name. We call him Mr. Moses. That was like a name, I guess his friend's name, but we call him Mr. Moses. Mm-hmm. But it was. Oh my God, I can't
think of it.
Yeah, it's gonna come to me. But he would always try to keep me busy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like he'd be the old dude that'd be out there like 9 a.m. shooting the squirrels out his gutter and off the roof and out his tree. Yeah. And so we'd be like, and be looking up like, this nigga over here shooting animals. Like, right. And so that's what we'd do. We'd be sitting there. Watching. But I'm the guy that's looking at him, not just shooting him. I'm seeing how he's shooting them and how he's taking aim, and he's seen that. He's like, you want to try? And I grabbed it and I mimicked him, and then he kind of seen that in me and was like, "Oh, you're not looking at me just shooting them. You're actually seeing how I'm shooting. Like how am I not missing all these shots?" And then but it was every neighborhood. I mean, and the bad part is the uncles and the OGs of the hood. It's hard for them to teach the hood because now they can't stand out like they used to. They can't stand outside. Remember, you walk to the store. And there'd be a bunch of dudes right there in the corner, maybe drinking or smoking, not bothering nobody. They just their kicking spot. Right. But you see them not causing no problem, not bothering nobody. They might be talking to a little kid. They might be handing out candy. They just part of that, whatever. Part of the neighborhood. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of things change when the city stopped people from just hanging out.
Yeah, you remember Franklin Park? And how you can drive your car. Everybody drove their cars in there. You had picnics. That was the spot. And then all of a sudden they cut that out. Livingston Avenue. But, that's where you can drive down the street. Everybody drove down the street. Cleveland Avenue. All that.
Yeah, stuff. But I think some of the niggas kind of messed that up too. Because remember when we had that, what was it, the GI boys and all that, when they boys came from like Detroit and they was coming and they was kind of trying to mess up our streets and now instead of just kicking it out there, now everybody's on a defense mode. Now everybody got the weapons and everybody's on alert. After a while, you be like, man, I'm cool. Like, because don't nobody know who's who. Remember, if you want to get into something, you had to do something. And after a while, it's like, but then instead of the police being like, okay, them guys is cool, they was like, we ain't going to try to decipher who's who. We just going to get y'all all out of here. And it's like,
so I missed that.
It was cool. It was cool, but you got to think about it. It's a lot of things that happened with those guys. I was just out there too. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the OGs of the neighborhoods rather had to do something because they was real people. They rather had to go to jail or they changed their life or they just home or they just like I can't help the world. I gotta focus on my family too. Right. That's why the centers. That's why I think the city started more falling when they started closing a lot of recreation centers too.
That's another reason. It's a lot of things. It's the recreation centers. It's the, all the different recreations that they had in the schools, in general.
After school programs. They got a lot of stuff, but now you got to like pay for it in some urban areas. They're like, well, we can't afford all of that. Yeah. So they get stuck with the bare minimum. Then it's like now they're just thrown back into what they was trying to avoid. The parents like, well, we want our kids to have the best education. They like, well, it's going to cost you this time. Exactly. They be like, oh, yeah. So what do we do?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, because our spot used to be St. Stephen's.
I remember, yeah.
I love St. Stephen's. I lived right down. I'm talking about we would run to St. Stephen's, and we were just like literally right down 18, just run across the track, St. Stephen's, and it was dope. But then they changed that. Now St. Stephen's is like a community center. They got a hospital there, and you. Like we used to go there.
Like you can go there and just hang out and play the way you used to, and just find. It was
St. Stephen's. You would walk in, say hi to everybody, you sign the thing so they know who's in the building. You go wait in here and shoot pool and play the air hockey till they open up the gym and the weight room, and then everybody would run down there. Then you get 100 people in there balling, get us in there playing with the weights. Then you got the people outside learning football. Now you walk up in there and be like, this is not for us. Exactly. This is for people who got paperwork. Exactly. St. Stephen's was dope. I remember that one time we had to clean that railroad track over there. It was community service. I got in some trouble, but we had to rake the railroad tracks, because you know there's a lot of trash and bottles. We couldn't get all the broken glass, but all the big stuff. We used to have to rake that. And after a while, it was less people getting cut and hurt and all that, and we was responsible for that. And it was dope.
I remember it though before they moved it where it is now. St. Stephen's used to be right on Cleveland Avenue, right just before. Yeah, St. Stephen's. They built that building
Cleveland Avenue what?
Cleveland and 20th. It was right where it's, I guess, a little church there right now, but it used to be a building, just a little small building.
Yeah, that was way.
Yeah, that was back in the 70s.
Oh yes, yeah. I was born in 81.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
I only know Stacey was being one building. You like
exactly. It was one small little building. It was on 20th Street, but the only reason I know about it is because it was before my mom became a police officer. We actually lived on 25th Avenue over there. And she had a job, and she was working at St. Stephen's. So it was easy. I would just come get out of school because I was going to Hamilton Elementary School there.
Okay.
I would just get out of school and go straight there. And it was, my mom didn't need any daycare because that's where I go play and everything until she got off. I mean, it was perfect.
And you knew everybody there too.
Knew everybody there.
They're like, "What you doing?" I'm gonna be here till mom go.
Yeah, till mom get off work. So everybody knew who I was, and the same thing. They used to look out for me, and all of that stuff.
Sound like you was spoiled.
No, not at all.
You was spoiled. The street spoiled you. The street spoiled you. I ain't talking about mom. I said the street spoiled you.
Well, no, it was just, I don't know. Mom always had that reputation even before she became a police officer. She was one of the first black women on the police force, because back then that's when they didn't want blacks or women on the police force at all. So she had two.
So she had it tough for a while.
Yeah, so they had them on the news and everything because they fought it. They won a lawsuit on it, and she became one of the first black police officers on the Columbus Police Department. Yeah, so
that's dope.
Yeah, she was a very, very strong woman. But
she got 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Oh, before you take her drink?
Hell yeah, I'm taking her damn drink. We messed up.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a quick break here, and we'll be right back on WTMH Radio, Spotlight of Columbus. Stay tuned.
A lot of people always asking why nobody made it up out of Columbus, Ohio. Man, a lot of people have made it up out of here. They just kept going, man. We're not mad at you, man. Go get that bag, man. But people always try to say, the problem is this person ain't doing what that person doing and all these things. Well, this is my opinion. I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. Man, they say the city won't make it out, but every time I throw a show, I bring the city out. A lot of people perform and they banged out, but that's life. Even dads don't stay around. If you really watch your business, they handle it. No, we ain't friends. You gotta learn to micromanage shit. Selling CDs hard, worse than panhandle it. End up giving it away, saying play my hit. See the problem with my city, just on next level. All we see is nice cars and a fresh bezel. People dying every day using heavy metal. Talking about they want a wife, people won't settle. Just confusing in the Bucktown state. Mad Trump in office, but they didn't watch the debate. We control our own meals, even pick our own plate. Hard-headed on the diet, still frying them steak. Do you hear what I'm saying? This is our own fault. We still talking about peace and not aiming for bark. Everybody gotta run, ain't no room to just walk. Got a plan to be jacked on that damn beanstalk. Cause the sky's not the limit, y'all forgot about space. Everybody got a bed, I'm talking every race. R.I.P. to my dad, we had a similar face. I'm just trying to make a mark before I exit this place. But the problem's not Ohio, it's every state. All we need is one shot with some ice cream and cake. We gotta see victory, all we need is a taste. But I get a word threat to all the states. Middle finger to the haters that won't give us a chance. Only time y'all rock with us is when we handle y'all bands. Don't even give a good show, smoke our weed and just stand. Y'all won't get a dime from me, I hope y'all do understand. That's what the problem is. Really? Listen, man, real talk. My opinion, what the problem is. Man, it don't take a genius to figure this out. Listen, man, I just told you what the problem is. It ain't about coming together, man. It ain't about you ain't gotta like me. Man, yo, that's what the problem is. It's just about working, man. Let's just get it, man. Nobody wanna work with nobody, man. That's what.
Thinking about the struggles, always on the hustle, but tonight's the night. Medicated, but some super agitated, so let's get high. Gather up the old crew, let's do this right. Grab a few beers, now let's take flight. Let's party like it's going out of style, scraping away the cars like I used to foul. Got to get to clear my head of all these files. No half-stepping, we going a mile, ain't stopping now till we all got a smile. Keep stacking cans till we build a pile, passing it around all the while. Going through my head, putting my thoughts on trial. Let's take the night and start to fly. Call to some friends, let's all get high. Celebrate fast, then we all remember. So tonight, don't kill my vibe. Don't kill my vibe. Don't get high. Don't kill my vibe. And we start to think about the old days, clearing out my old ways, fixing all my wrongs, looking to the sky. Feeling out the world around me, thinking about these people and why they lie. But I'm not gonna stress it out, just live my life. Working on getting it in, there's always a way to win. Walking through this life of sin, but thinking about how great it's been. Having fun with all my friends, we ready to do it all again. Got my love with me and she loves me still. I love the way she makes me feel. I gotta keep it real, she helps me through the nights. It took a little while, but now I do this right. So stand with me all through this fight. You are my life. Let's take the night and start to fly. Call up some friends, let's all get high. Celebrate something we all remember. So tonight, don't kill my vibe. Don't kill my vibe. Let's all get high. Don't kill my vibe. And we start to fly.
218. Bro. Wolf Records. Yeah. Little niggas better listen. Might happen to you. Yeah. Bro. Yeah. This story tragic, let me tell you how it happened. His name was Lil J, he was raised by some addicts. His daddy was a dealer and his mama was a junkie. He always got suspended cause he felt nobody loved him. 100 pounds wet, he used to get picked on in class. His father caught a case and his mama smoking glass. He started hanging in the streets with the wrong ones. Because he was broke, he got a sack and a gun. Now this before he started smoking weed and having sex. He took care of his mama, even paid off her debt. He had a couple siblings, but the state came and took him. He was already out, so the state overlooked him. He moved with his grandma, but he didn't like the rules. Either that or the streets, so he had to pick and choose. The game getting deeper for him, not to mention lonely. His mama on the corner buying dope from his homies. He think that he a man, but don't even understand. He got no education, he don't even got a plan. The ones he thought was looking out, looking down on him, they only come around when they want to clown on him. He getting to the point where he don't want to feel the pain. He committed suicide. Lil J was his name. Yeah, he committed suicide. Lil J was his name. If you can feel me at this time, you be bobbing your head too. I told you walk a righteous path, but you do as I do. I don't want you to die young, so live on. And when I die, please don't bury me in the cold. If you can feel me at this time, you be bobbing your head too. I told you walk a righteous path, but you do as I do. I don't want you to die young, so live on. And when I die, please don't bury me in the cold. Her real name Tamika, nickname Scam. She sleep around so much, it's like I just can't understand it. Nice little shake, she look like Roxy in the face. But she can't be trusted, steal from your place. She got a little daughter, but she always with a mom. Cause Tamika on the street selling sex is a job. I guess that was the only way that she had an escape. Because when she was younger, she got set up to get raped. She out looking for love, but nobody satisfied. One night I saw her with her hands covering her eye. Nothing for me to say other than baby, God bless. Having sex with niggas ain't no way to kill stress. But she gon' live her life the way that she wanna live. And it's very irresponsible because she got a kid. Her daughter break that ground, asking where her mommy at. Grandma always gotta tell her that she coming back. But they don't understand that Tamika died slow. Sleeping with everybody, she got sick in her, you know. Ain't no help to give, she ain't even trying to live. She know she about to die, so it is what it is. Whoa. So loud, baby. See y'all out there. Shake your body as your temple. You don't need no man to make you feel good. Keep that, be careful, this can happen to you.
If you can feel me at this time, you be bobbing your head too. I told you walk a righteous path, but you do as I do. I don't want you to die young, so live on. And when I die, please don't bury me in the cold. If you can feel me at this time, you be bobbing your head too. I told you walk a righteous path, but you do as I do. I don't want you to die young, so live on. And when I die, please don't bury me in the cold.
Stress me out, so I never let them stress me out. I did it cause my mama's. It's only fam in my section now, cause your friends know me sticking around. I get it from my mama's. She told me never let them stress me out, so I never let them stress me out. I did it cause my mama's. It's only fam in my section now, cause your friends know me sticking around. I get it from my mama's. I I get it from my moms. 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 I did it from my moms. Gotta get it from my moms. Gotta get it from my moms. I get it from my moms. Working all day long. Hard-headed and stubborn. Don't give a fuck what you want. Nigga, I do what the fuck I want. Grind hard, put the team on. Live life like your last days. All the bullshit can stay gone. Don't nobody work as hard as me. Work hard for my family. Niggas hate that's so lame to me. Same shit, people changing on me. Live and learn nothing new to me. I'm trying to put it for my city. Fuck, hate to live life for my mama. I get it from my mom. She told me never let them stress me out. So I never let them stress me out. I did it cause my mom's. It's only fam in my section now. Cause your friends don't be sticking around. I get it from my moms. She told me never let them stress me out. So I never let them stress me out. I did it cause my mom's. It's only fam in my section now. Cause your friends don't be sticking around. I get it from my moms. 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 I did it from my moms. Gotta get it from my moms. Gotta get it from my moms.
I get it from my moms. My race is trying to keep up. Going through this hard struggle. Gun in my mouth. Suicide thoughts. Smoke this weed just to kill the thoughts. Taking shots. I got bullet wounds. Write the stories in my notepad so y'all understand what I'm going through. My soul need to believe my soul. So I need to do what I gotta do. Stay real and always stay true. Like a board game shit, gotta make moves. I'm headed to the top. Pray to God I don't drop. And I'm trying to work hard and get it to my heart.
I get it from my moms. She told me never let them stress me out. So I never let them stress me out. I did it cause my moms. It's only fam in my section now. Cause your friends don't be sticking around. I get it from my moms. She told me never let them stress me out. So I never let them stress me out. I did it cause my moms. It's only fam in my section now. Cause your friends don't be sticking around. I get it from my moms. 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 Gotta get it from my moms. Gotta get it from my moms. Gotta get it from my moms.
What's the face of a cow? The back of his head as he run from the battle. This freak gets deep when you ain't got a paddle. When you're high horse, till I remove your saddle. In the grass we stately rap. So I got the juice by the punch bowl. Money call when they call roll. Dollar signs up in your soul. In the winner's circle cause of loopholes. In love with Nikes, they do anything for checks. Bodybuilders, how they ask about your reps on the set. I've been making moves like I got nothing left to lose. Big red dog, got some boy blues clue. Yelling super when they about to shoot hoop. Your face to feed if you fit to shoot. Tryna put in work life's an interview. Talking beef over grilling like a barbecue. Duh, same grave all falling too. Couple chicks all in the coop. Till a fox get let in the hen house. Raise a 9 while letting 10 out. No change when it register, homie just checked out. Highway, your life just had to change routes. Day in the life of the jungle, hair long Rapunzel. Everybody want they shop or fumble. Walk the walk but stumble. You trip and tumble. On the humble pages of virtue, but father time really son you. Mother nature nurture survival. What if it is running the game? I switch your brain story in my life. Turning pages like a leaf though. God bless me like a sneeze in a cathedral. Or baptisms in a steeple. 12 opportunity looking up through the people. Say you got drive, but they got repo. Your job just got repo. Well, I got the juice by the punch bowl. Money call when they call roll. Dollar signs up on your soul. When the winner's circle cause of loophole. Said I got the juice.
And welcome back to WTMH Radio, Spotlight of Columbus. And again, my name is Patrice, and then we got Mr. Capone over there. What's up?
She's gonna say my name for me because I wasn't gonna say it.
I know, that's why I said it, because you still looking like I gotta be defying every time.
And she gave me the nastiest eggnog ever.
Why? Right. You just said it tastes good.
Nah, this is alright. It's alright.
See, my favorite line.
It's alright. I think it'll probably taste the same with regular milk.
No.
That's me. That's me. I'm so simple.
Because almond milk has a different taste from regular milk. So it
Well, duh.
yeah, so it's not going to taste the same if almond milk tastes different.
If you ever give me another one of these, tell them to put more flavor. Because it's not
that. I am so
not because I like cinnamon, and it's like it got cinnamon in it. Yeah, like that's not enough for me. I need more cinnamon.
That's what I call the chai tea frappuccino. Chai tea.
But what is GR chai CRMF?
Grande chai tea frappuccino. Yeah, it's just it's just abbreviated.
They abbreviated everything. They will not spell nothing long. I'm like, okay, it's not bad, but I've had that before. It just tastes better than the last one.
Because that one, remember we were telling you it didn't taste exactly the way it should have.
That tastes good with a nice honey bun, a microwaved honey bun. Like I don't know.
You know what that tastes like to me? My mom makes this rice pudding.
That's what I was trying to. There's a Mexican spot out there for Refugee Road.
Mexicans do not know how to make a true rice pudding.
Listen,
homemade.
Listen, there's a Mexican spot out there. I said there's a Mexican spot out there on Refugee Road. If I'm out there, I will get you one, and it's dope. I said way out there. You ain't gotta believe it. If I knew the name of the spot, because it's out there, out of town by where you are anyway, so. It's far. It's far.
I've never even heard of that place. A Mexican place on Refugee?
Yeah, it's over there off of it's a nice famous Mexican restaurant over there. A lot of people know about it. That's how people send me out there. It's connected. It's like a drive-through. Then it's like some kind of building. Then it's a Mexican restaurant. It's over there by the movie theater.
That's in Pickerington.
No, hell no, not that far.
There's no movie theater on.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes. No. This is off of Refugee. It's like a street, but I know Refugee's the main street. Like if you get,
you're talking about Marcus Theater.
No, I'm talking about Eastland.
Oh, you're talking about
not the movie theater. It's not the movie theater. Oh man, I'm tripping. Eastland Lanes.
By the bowling alley?
The bowling alley. Eastland Lanes. The bowling alley. And there's a car lot. There's like a bunch of car lots over there.
I know where you're talking.
I don't know why I said the movie theater.
Yeah, that's what
I'm thinking, no. It's a bowling alley over there. And it's some nice car lots over there too. Right. And there's a big old car wash that everybody go to. It's not like a Google.
I know exactly where
you're talking about. It's over there. And I got told my son's godmom. Yeah, my son's godmom like 3-4 years ago. She told me about it, and I went out there. We got these big old burritos, like $6 burritos, and it's real meat. You can tell the way you chewing it. You like, yeah, this ain't processed. they killed this morning. Like it's
I'm not probably
like their pineapple juice is real pineapple juice. The rice pudding juice, whatever. Is like the machine, like you see it. And I asked somebody, I was a black person in there. I was like, is that real? It's like, yeah.
So they make a rice pudding, or it might rice pudding drink?
It's a drink.
Oh, okay.
It's a drink. Okay. But it's dope. And like the pineapple is so good, it tastes, you could tell that they really cut up the pineapples and they really grind because it has to be in that machine. Man, and you could tell it's real too, because when you drink it, you go to the bathroom. Like it's that real. It's that real, and it's not
you right out,
like for real. But you can tell it's real because it leaves that taste in your mouth. It ain't just like it ain't like the pineapple juice you drink. Like that was good. This one you be like man, I feel like I'm still drinking it. Like I want some more. But the burritos is very good out there. They're not cheap and they're not expensive, but they like serve big. Everything's big over there. And they're always packed.
Something from over there. I never knew anything like that was over there.
Man, it goes down, and you could tell that they're always busy because when you pulling up to it, you can smell it.
Oh, really?
So you could tell that they're cooking. You know, it ain't just like on the spot you open the door, be like, "Ooh, it smell good." No, you pulling up like, yeah, I smell it. It's in the air.
Well, I might go by there. I might definitely go by there.
But I don't try everything on the menu. I stick with what I know. I'm like, let me get a steak burrito, no beans. I don't care what else y'all put on there, just no beans. I don't know why I don't like that.
I never get beans when I get burritos.
Yeah. But if you ever want to try a famous Northside taco stand right there off of Hudson, Man, they open almost 24 hours a day, and it's a real stand, and it's been there for years, and they're almost open 24 hours a day. Really? And they got $5 burritos this big. They got quesadillas, big, man.
Because the last person that told me about like a actual stand, like a truck stand, and they do like they literally go all the way. They go all over Columbus, Ohio, but they do nothing but seafood. And people were telling me how good the seafood and everything was. And you know, I finally tasted it, and they give you big portions, but it just wasn't.
Where's that? I never heard of that. Where's that at? Oh, where do they be?
Well, they're the major place that they're at is still on Hamilton Road, but it's I don't know what the name of that. Okay, you where you were talking about the Mexican stand, but if you're on Hamilton Road and you go down Refugee towards Canal Winchester.
Okay.
You know where Canal Winchester Road is, right?
Yeah, actually, I do know where that's at.
Okay, so, but right after you pass Refugee, there's a strip mall right there. Like, it's like a furniture place, and then there's a strip mall right there. You can go down the hill, and it's just all kind of stores. That's right in this little strip mall on your right-hand side if you're going towards Canal Winchester.
Okay.
And it's in there, but I don't know the name of the actual place. I mean, it was pretty good, and they give you a lot, but I don't know. I just like a lot more seasoning in mine. I like it to taste like.
But does it taste like real seafood though? Just not flavory seafood. Did it have that fishy taste?
No.
Yeah, then I won't like it.
Yeah, I didn't think
because I'm a seafood fanatic, and if it don't have that hint or that taste, that fishy taste, you know, like
because I'm not
gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Exactly
that's how plenty of seafood. If you don't want that, just you go somewhere else and get it. Like. Because people don't be understanding what I mean. I'm like, you can go buy some fish, but it's like when you go to cook it, it has to have that seafood. It has to have that fishy.
Exactly.
It ain't gotta be all strong and all that, but it gotta have that taste to be like, I'm eating real seafood.
Exactly, like with the salmon, like the one salmon. I mean, no matter, you can season it and you can taste the season, but you still know it's salmon by the taste that it has.
So as you bite it, you be like, all that seasonals on top of it, you be like that right dead in the middle. It's like, all right, that's what you ate it for.
Exactly. I just,
you're making me hungry.
Well,
where's this drink making me hungry?
You just want that cinnamon. You want that cinnamon. What did you think about the big old cinnamon roll I get?
Oh, of course, you can't fail with that. We put that in the microwave for 10 seconds. That's a winning.
You like it? It was huge, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was easy. Like I tore that up.
Like, yeah, so much cinnamon in it though.
That's good. That's good. A cinnamon is only good if the middle is the best finisher. Because some of them.
That one it is. I know I've had one before, and the middle has the most.
The middle, it has to. Because some places you get a cinnamon. And you get to the middle and be like, the middle tastes like everything else. You're like, nah, the middle got to be like the eye.
Yeah, because that's the first one that you haven't said anything about. Usually when
because that was a snack. The soup was good though. I do like that soup.
Well, you're supposed to eat the soup anyway first. That was just something.
No, I'm just saying the soup was actually good. Yeah. I like because see, I like soup. A lot of people don't know that. Like I like soup, but it got to taste good though. But like that soup didn't have a lot of flavor in it. And that's how I like it.
Well, it was just enough.
Yeah, it was cool. It was all right.
Yeah, because I was wondering where my cheese on my soup was.
I still ain't understand that. I don't think I've ever even had that.
He
was like the cheese supposed to. I was like, what?
Well, if you get
cheese on soup,
if you get true onion soup, French onion, it's called French onion soup. Right. And what it is, they bring you this bowl, and the bowl is like extra hot. And the reason why is the soup is in there, but they usually have the cheese and it's about this thick, or the cheese that's actually melted on top of the soup. So when you dig your spoon out in there with the soup, you literally come up and the cheese is like from here to here from the bowl. And but it's delicious.
I gotta tell you, because like me, because I was like, okay, soup is soup. I was like, what part is the cheese for?
Well, I
just didn't get it.
It's part of it being called a French onion soup.
I'm gonna have to try it.
I don't even know what kind of cheese that is, but it's really good.
Probably some mozzarella or something.
It might be. Yeah, it might be. But
because with that flavor, the mozzarella and everything that's in there, mozzarella is the only cheese that I always felt that if it's heated up right, it'd have that stretch on it. And you'd be like, yeah, you'd be like, that's it. You'd be like, no, you want cheddar now? Just give me that mozzarella because it's gonna thicken up.
But that's the thing I used to get, because the cheese would be so thick and good though. You can get filled up off the cheese if you're just trying to eat the cheese. Oh, that's why you dip it in there with the soup.
Damn, it's that much cheese?
Oh my gosh, but it's so delicious.
Y'all gonna be backed up eating all that damn cheese. Y'all gonna have to take some medicine, man.
But they send you just enough to give it kind of a brown, like brown color at the top. You know it's that cheese, but I mean it's really good. I'll bring you, but I would have to bring you that at an actual place that makes it the right way, because with Panera,
don't bring me
they
that.
put it on there, but it should never sink to the bottom. Because you remember when I got to the bottom, that's where all the cheese was. Yeah.
I would try it on my own. Don't
Olivia is calling. Let's put her on speaker.
Why don't you just call the phone?
Hello, what's going on with you, ma'am?
Why don't you just call the phone?
Okay, so I'm here.
Ask her where's she at?
So you know, where are you at right now? Are you in front of the movie theater part?
I'm about to turn back and go that way.
Okay, so what I want you to do when you go to the movie theater part, you'll see a white pickup truck and then a silver truck right next to it.
Is my pickup truck? My white truck?
Yeah, I'm parked right next to your pickup truck.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
when
you
walk down that little alley thing.
Yeah, so you're going towards the continent where the movie theater is, and we parked right there in the parking lot. The first two cars right there, right after you. Like, I don't know which side you're on, but I think we're probably the only cars out there because of how bad it is outside. But mine is a silver truck. We're talking like.
And we're live on air here. WTMH Radio 614-781-0754, Spotlight of Columbus.
And we are actually on the radio talking to you. What you say?
Niggas.
Yep, you see the Jeep?
Niggas.
So park right there. Yep.
And walk down a little alley.
And when that little like a walkway alley, it looks like an alleyway, but it's actually a walkway. That's where you're gonna go in it. Huh?
Yeah, right from the restaurant.
Right in
the
front of the
red one, right?
Right there.
Tell her if she's facing the restaurant, to the left alley.
If you're facing the restaurant, it's the left alley. Right. Yeah, and it's really not an alley, it's one of those walkways. And then when you dead end, you're gonna go to the right and the door is right there.
Okay, I'm gonna do my dead end and go to the right.
Yeah, what? I know you're fine, bro.
Thanks for the drink.
And just so you know, it started melting, so I gave that drink to Capone. He's still drinking it right now.
Yes, she did.
It was melting, Olivia.
You guys play yourself. You should be here.
Come on up here. Come on.
You don't love me.
I love you.
You don't love me. You gave my drink. You don't even like Starbucks. You don't even appreciate.
I was just thirsty. It's nasty anyway.
He lying. He just sucked this thing right up. It's going on. Right.
I was thirsty. Ain't no water here.
It's melted, Olivia, and you don't like it when it's melted.
So I got to hand me down. Oh, you whack.
She said she gonna kill somebody.
Nah, tell her. Hope she fall.
Yeah. What do you mean somebody? What? Somebody just stopped you and asked you if you lost? Okay, so come on. If I
just tell her, just say you're here to see Capone earlier.
Yeah, say you here. You don't have to tell them nothing. Say you're not
lost. You ain't get here. You ain't got
Yeah, say I'm not lost. Go away while you out in the snow looking to see if somebody.
Shit, you better be nice to the motherfucker out there. The motherfuckers is ducking ass no chance, kid. Oh my God, y'all on air.
I got you. You know I got my taser with me. Don't play. So I'll catch it. Go on the second floor, and when you go to the second floor, yeah, we're at we're on 218. Okay, see you when you get up here. And of course, I know you guys actually heard we have Olivia coming up today. You've heard that whole conversation. So I hope, let me make sure that I got this on here real quick. Okay, there we go. I'm going live again, you guys. I know I took myself off. I had to talk to her. Make sure she got here. Okay, if you guys only knew how bad, well, I'm sure if you're in Columbus, Ohio, you already know how bad the weather is. But anybody that doesn't know, this weather has been crazy for the last 2-3 weeks now. It's been 3 weeks now because we got the real first bad snow right after Christmas. We got a little bit of snow on Christmas and it melted right away. And then just before New Year's, it hit like bam. There she is. Hi, Olivia. You got up here quick. Yeah. You got up here quick. I thought you was still down in the pit. Hello, mama. Okay, yeah, you get there. So we're going to introduce her.
We gotta let her sit down first.
Yeah.
Sit down. What's happening, Miss Lady? Good to meet you. Good to meet you.
That's the one that just broke all your drinks.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Next time.
I said she ain't here by 6 o'clock. I'm drinking it. I mean 7 o'clock and you ain't. I was like, you cut her mic on. Yeah. So I ain't put the headphones on. You ain't got to adjust the mic. Just put the headphones on.
So if you guys remember last Monday, we had Olivia on radio and actually on the phone. This is who we are talking about that was going to be the co-host, the Spotlight of Columbus. Hi, Olivia.
Hi, y'all.
She's on time. She'll make the cut.
Shut your mouth.
I just said you don't even have to adjust it. It was already good.
No, it wasn't good for me.
Well, not. See, that's why it's gonna fall.
You okay?
Actually, I'm not a rookie to this. So.
Yeah.
No, I was saying it's gonna fall because this is welcome to my hood. This is. I'm just saying.
Is that what WTMH stands for?
Yeah, it really does. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like some things you might not want to adjust a little bit. You know what I mean? It might hit the flow.
So yeah, hi you guys. My name is Olivia Marie. We don't know who I am. I am. I am.
Go through it all.
I'm trying to figure out how to start it. Because I still work when I go out and I model for the city, I still consider myself a deepest model. It's kind of.
Of course. What are you talking about?
Well,
of course. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Oh no.
You like how I said that? What are you talking about?
Yeah, so I'm a model for Deepest with Denise Walls and part mama. I don't know what your title is, but Patrice. They both help manage me. I am also 2000. Oh my God, I'm about to say it wrong. If I said it wrong,
model of the year,
Ohio Hip Hop Award model.
There you go. There you go.
I want to have a year.
Do you hear Denise? I know you still watching.
I know she's mad at me right now. She's like, "How you gonna forget?"
Yeah, because she is watching.
2013 Ohio Hip Hop Award model of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I am also now just recently launched my fitness company, or I like to call it a fitness company, but I do personal training. It's called Build a Body, and it's building your body through fitness. That's what it is. I help women, not build the body that I have, but build the body that they want, and I do it through personal training. It's a influx of fake bodies and
Miss Carr,
all this, artifice and women dying in the streets trying to achieve these, abnormally fake bodies. And I built my body, the same curvy Instagram model body that everybody is just like oogling over. I built it in the gym. And I'm now a personal trainer teaching women how to do that same exact thing. So, that's a couple of my hats. But that's who I am if y'all don't know who I am already.
So the one thing I remember about Olivia, when I first met her, I came to our office and we had a training course on walking.
Yes.
And you came to me and you was like, Miss Patrice, I know you got a lot of things going on, but I just want to know what is going to make me succeed. You remember that conversation?
I definitely do.
Yeah.
What makes me different from what would help set me apart from all the other models with period. I would at the time I think I said within the city, but I wanted to be different.
Exactly.
Period. Like overall. And I did. I remember asking.
Yeah, because remember I said, why just the city? Why just Columbus?
Yes, you did.
Remember I said that. I was like, why are you looking just so small? And you was like, well, it's because I've never done this before. I was like, that shouldn't matter.
Right. I do remember thinking small. And you're like, actually, nah. You should. No, big picture. Big picture. So yeah, you know, and what, 2 years later, Ohio Hip Hop Award Model of the Year.
You're right.
You know,
yeah.
So that was I've done work for Harley Davidson. I've done work for Sweet Revenge. I've done work for the Kid Rock tour a couple years ago. I've done a lot of work, a lot of paid work. You know, you gotta be shady, not be shady, but be real, because you know everybody ain't out here getting paid.
Yeah.
I did a lot of paid work. You know, so.
Which is what I was
saying.
saying.
Like people still ask me to work to this day, and I still, you know, hit them with the feet.
Yeah. This is what I do. This is how much I need, and we got it. We got a deal.
Absolutely. I work. I have a regular job like everybody else. So if you can't pay me enough to pull me away from my job, I'm gonna go to work.
And the reason that I really looked at you as far as coming onto this show is because you remember you were, you know, when you were doing the radio show with Deepest, and you just stood out of everybody else. You always had that opinion. You always would cut somebody off in a heartbeat if they didn't understand what they were saying or how they were saying it, and you just had that boisterous, that boisterous tone and that personality.
Thank you. And it's funny because that's translated to my Facebook, because now when people see me all the time, they're like, we love how you keep it real on Facebook and the stuff you say. Like,
oh gosh, yes.
Oh my God. I got so many inboxes. It's about to get kind of vulgar. Yes. I woke up one morning and I was like, suck a dick, save a life. And everybody was like, oh my God.
That's what I was talking about. I'm talking about. Remember,
ladies today, suck a dick and save a life.
I told you some of the things she said I would cringe from. Like I love her, but oh my gosh!
Well, I guess this clean show is now no longer clean.
Oh, it's a clean show.
No.
Yeah, it is.
Last week it was supposed to be clean. And the artist that you brought in here went kind of.
What you bring in here?
He went. I was like.
His name is Rudir. He's a rap artist, and I told him to freestyle. And when he freestyled, he truly
every cuss word in the Chinese dictionary.
Oh my God! Now the one thing, and then so I had to remind him. And then I was like, but when, of course, if you can always come back to the show and come on Capone show, because they have. Yeah,
right. But for Spotlight and Columbus, we clean.
We gotta be.
Well,
not anymore.
Listen, I won't. I can be PG-13.
Just say you could try, because it's gonna slip out.
Yeah.
That's not true, because Denise and Patrice definitely grew me to put my professionalism foot forward, because I was definitely had to be pulled aside a few times, like, hey. Tone it down.
She's not joking.
I'm not joking. Like, because I'm the problem with me is like, I'd be ready to give like everybody like all of me, like at the drop of a hat. And it's like, like I had to learn, it's the time and place
for everything.
And I would let Denise has pulled me aside a few times, like, hey, relax, be quiet. Chill out, like, and I'm just like, sorry. Hey, because whenever they pull me aside, that means something. That means like you doing too much. So,
but it's out of love.
Yes, I know. No.
Always out of love.
It's out of love and growth.
Or when I used to go to your little segments when you had your modeling and everything, and I had to be the one, like if they did or said anything out the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Do you remember? I felt like you called in and you went off too. Remember when I won my award and some girl thought that she was supposed to have it?
That wasn't that nice. I think that was one of those days I lost my professionalism.
You weren't at the stage, but I think you called in and you went ham.
Yeah, that's why Denise. Yeah, just sometimes Denise is the one telling me, "Okay, calm down.
Mm-hmm.
We got this." I was like, "I know you got this, but I got this too. Move."
Yeah, Patrice, like Denise, like it's funny because Denise is a firecracker too, but you gotta, like Denise, you gotta push her to the point. Patrice is the person you'll be like, we got to figure this out before Patrice find out, because if she find out, it's all bad.
See, he didn't know that side. He still thinks I'm like this cookie cutter and I don't know anything.
Yeah, okay.
I can only know what I go out for.
We have had several conversations where it's like, don't tell Patrice. Let's figure it out first.
or Denise will stop me at the door before I come in. Like, okay, just let me talk to you real quick.
I ain't gonna say what event, because we're not gonna put our events on blast. That happened at that event downtown, and you were like, if they don't get him, I'ma get him.
And Duro got him.
And that's just like, it was just a situation where somebody was made uncomfortable, and Patrice was like, she was ready to step in and take care of her people. Like, she didn't even know the girl that was involved. It was a situation. And I ain't gonna speak on the situation, but Patrice stepped in and she was like, if somebody don't take care of it, I'm gonna take care of it, and it's gonna go all bad. And like, it's just, it's just protecting. It's like protecting the event.
I think that's protecting my people too.
Exactly, protecting the event, protecting the models involved, and protecting us. It was,
hi Tommy. Yeah, but the thing about it is, if you were part of the audience, you would have never known, because we were good with even if it was all kind of chaos in the back, you would never know for the show, because we
professionalism.
Professional. Yes.
Good work.
Yeah.
Good job. What to say? Good job.
So now I'm here. What's that stuff you was talking last week?
I already explained all that, girl. I ain't about to do all that. Stop it.
Don't.
Yeah, like I said something wrong.
No, don't say.
Did I say something?
No, clarify for the microphone. What do you call me? A good light skin or something like that? Clarify for everybody else what that is.
I said proper light skin.
A proper light skin.
I said she got the good ratio from this stupid person to a pretty girl. She has a good ratio. You're proper light skin. No, you're just a proper light skin. Some people be trying to say they're light skin and they're not. They be like really brown skin. For season wise, people be trying to do that. So I say you're a proper light skin. Dang.
So I guess that means that's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
Okay.
Boom. Y'all crazy.
I told you she boisterous.
I'm just listening, taking it all in.
It's my first time here.
Yeah, see, and well, not the last now. Mm-hmm. So what we were talking about, we've been talking about a lot of stuff actually. We was talking about all the stuff that's going on today as far as in Columbus, how last year we were second in the United States as far as homicide rates right now. And I was like, we got to get it together, because that's the first year ever that we've been like that, and we already 9 strong in already.
It's really sad, like, period. But like, and because I want people to understand before I say this, I am not saying that anybody's life is more valuable than another. But last year we lost a lot of good people. And I'm talking about people that do things for the community, that take care of the community. We lost a lot of good people. A lot of people. See, I don't want to talk about it because I keep thinking about the first person that comes to my mind is Will Brown.
Right.
And every time I think about Will Brown, it makes me want to cry, because he is supposed to be here. He is not supposed to be gone. And we lost him to gun violence. And that man was not running the streets. That man was not out here, doing no foolishness at night. That man had kids and a wife. And he, like, quite as kept. And I'm not trying to say this to be like bashing. Everybody know I love Will Brown. He's real square. He's just real, homebody guy. He just made his beats, took care of his family. That's it. And he not here because somebody took his life.
Yeah.
I can't.
Well, that was one of the reasons, what we were talking about. And the thing about it is, that we've lost a lot of people that were talented people that were just in deepest alone. That we've gone through every year. It seems like we didn't lost some, like talented people.
I didn't know him, but a lot of people, especially like my current boyfriend, real close, and that's where I didn't know him. But it's so funny. I got tagged in a picture to Denise. Posted a picture of me, him, and Will Brown. I didn't even know that picture existed. Exactly. Like, I was telling everybody, I was like, no, I never met him. I swear, I don't know who he was. But, I had heard of him, but I didn't know him. Like, I would never. you know, like a lot of people, when somebody passes, they be like, oh, that was this person to me. And then, you know, fake like they know somebody. I'm like, no, I'm honest. I didn't know who that was.
But you knew he was talented.
I knew he was talented. I knew that he had impacted Columbus in a hefty way. And that showed, you know, when we lost him. And, you know, it's just like, I don't, you know, and people always say, you know, when somebody like who's running the streets, doing drugs, you know, a part of all some gang stuff or gun violence, when we lose them, it's like, it's sad. But we were like, you know, it's just a product of that lifestyle you live in. Right. We lost people that had nothing to do with that lifestyle to gun violence. And I'm just like, how? Why? For what? Who are these people? What man walked into a hookah bar and shot a woman with 4 kids? Why? For what?
Right.
I don't know what's going on with Columbus, because it's not, because you know people will have that argument, oh, this happens everywhere. Not like 2017 though.
It seems like it's the worst.
It was the worst. I've never in my life, like I've never had somebody super close to me. Like I was cool with Will Brown, like, but I wasn't talking to him every day. But I've never lost somebody super close to me. But I've never seen so many people that I knew or knew of pass in 1 year. I've never seen it.
Right.
I've never seen it, and
that's all they've been talking about is that 2017. It was just too much. It was too much, and we have too much talent and things that's going on, which is the platform for Spotlight of Columbus. Right. Spotlight of Columbus is about bringing out the talent, whether it's old, new, the young, especially. And I'm not going to lie, I'm really like on the younger generation because a lot of them don't feel like they have any kind of, you know, anything else to go, or they just don't, for some reason, either they don't have the motivation or they just don't think that they can get to
or have the support.
Exactly.
Or have the support, you know. And the world is way different, you know, than it was when I was growing up, when you were growing up. Like it's way different. And it's like, especially within our city and our community, like, and I'm talking, when I say, I'm not saying, let me be clear, in the Black community in our city, you know, we're having less and less and less things to do every year, and less you know, forms to get our youth, you know, involved and engaged. It's like it's a lot less. I remember for years, and I'm not saying I don't think it's closed, but I remember for years I would always hear, you know, everybody talking about going over to the little place on Barnett. I don't ever hear kids going over there no more. I don't know.
That's what we were talking about, the recreation centers.
Yeah.
So, like when a lot of us was going off, we had the recreation centers where you can go to after school and you can have fun, do all kind of these free different activities and everything.
They got the basketball
and
courts.
Then be home in time enough when your parents got home to still get that homework and everything else done.
Absolutely.
They've shut a lot of that stuff down now.
Is Barnett closed?
I don't think Barnett is closed.
I just don't. Nobody's involved over there because I don't never see no kids over there. I don't even driving past there through the summertime.
And you remember they used to have the water thing that used to go up back. I mean, yeah, and I didn't hear anything really about it this summer.
And that's our community. That's
I don't even think it's just a community. It has a lot more. It's a lot of different aspects to that, because it's like they're closing them down, or the reason why the kids aren't there anymore because of the activities that were there are not, or no more. So they don't have anything to go over there for, or to be, you know, the only thing that I think that's going on right now that's still positive, or during the summertime, is the libraries. The libraries always have something that the kids can do. They even have where they can come there at noon and get lunches for free.
I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but didn't somebody get shot at the library?
When is that? I didn't hear
that. Was last year.
Really?
I don't think they died, but like there was some sort of altercation at the main library downtown, and some I think a dude shot another dude with his girlfriend or something like that. It was something still in the library. Like I remember that, and I'm just like, where can our children go? What are y'all doing? Like, what are y'all doing? What's the problem?
Yeah, well,
this is not in no shade. No shade to Chicago, but we ain't in Chicago, man. Like, what is this?
Yeah, because you know, well, I watch all kind of stuff with Chicago, and they're one of one of the states now, but we're right with them now. Right with them.
That's bananas.
Right with them.
Ain't got no reason.
So that was, I mean, we talked about a lot of things and of course you're younger, but we were talking about how we grew up and, you know, back in with Greenbrier where it was called Uzi Alley and yeah, that's what it was called. And,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, I actually lived out there during that time. But yeah, I mean, we were talking about how David Banner.
Love David
Did
Banner.
you see his interview on The Breakfast Club?
Yeah, I love David Banner, and it's not just who he is now. Watching him evolve is just, I don't like older men, but watching David Banner evolve is, oh my, it's so attractive. Oh my, I love David Banner.
Well, when he was talking about that, that's what I was telling Component about. I mean, like everything he was saying to me was true because when we were growing up and, you know, he like what he was saying, there were rules,
right?
You know, he just like he said, it wasn't anything like he bashed, you know, people, you know, the guys that had, you know, that sold drugs, but the ones that were selling drugs that they truly didn't have another choice. But even when they did, it was rules to that.
It was rules to that. Like you don't sell to kids. You don't sell to the people in your area. You go outside of your area.
Yeah, and you don't. But not just, but you and the pregnant women. You know what I'm saying? It was boundaries to that.
I mean, also, but that's the same way with violence though. With the gun violence, like if like I mean, I'm not. If you have a beef with somebody, you don't go looking for. Yeah. Not even that. Like it's like, hey man, if you know, so, like this old woman on the corner, don't come out here busting. You wait till she get to wherever she going, get out the way.
Let her cross the street, get out the way.
You feel me? Like you know, like.
Well, then that's what we were talking about. But now it's like the rules have gone, you know, and it's just you sell the hood. You know, everybody is about their own.
This crazy blankety young generation. That's who I want to blame. I mean,
but you can't. But the thing about it is, they're learning from people that out there in the streets that's doing it for them, and it went from now, just like David Banner said, that when they're thinking about, okay, what do I want to do? Sell drugs, be a doctor, whatever. Sell drugs shouldn't even be in it. You know what I'm saying? Because now they think that that's an option instead of when we were growing up, it was because you didn't have a choice in the matter because there were no other opportunities.
Right.
We got kids in the suburbs,
right?
You know, thinking that this is a glorified thing to do this, and it's not glorified.
Right.
It's not glorified at all. When, you know, all those rappers and like Jay-Z and everything, he'll say it in a minute. Yeah, I had to do it, but I did it because I knew what I wanted to do.
And I did it so that my kids didn't have to do it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And because they did it, it's not anything that they wanted to do. They just knew that was part of it. They had to have a hustle to get through, to get to what they wanted to. Now, kids nowadays thinking, okay, this is all I need to do because there is nothing else out there. And it is.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And you know, it's funny because I live in this, I still live in the suburbs, but you know, I realized that this is a whole new thing we're dealing with when last year, I feel like it was last year. If it wasn't last year, it was the year before. There were some young kids. They were probably about 17 and 18. And they were gunned down in their car in broad daylight off of Scarborough in Reynoldsburg. Broad daylight by other kids. By other 17-year-olds. And I knew these kids because we lived in Pickerington. So I'm like, and they were gunned down by race doesn't play a factor in this. So but it was two white kids. This is not one of those situations with racist white kids. This is just two white kids and it was two black kids. And the two black kids were gunned down by the two white kids in the other vehicle. They're driving nice cars and stuff like that. And I'm just like, wow, what are y'all doing? Like,
yeah,
you know,
what's the purpose?
It makes me wonder, like, and this might be a whole nother topic, but is these young drugs that these kids are on that they think are cool a part of the play and what's going on?
Well, yes. I don't know if because opium. They talking about the opium epidemic, where it's not just, you know, they always wanted to say, okay, well, that came in the hood. No, you see it in the hood. You see it in the suburbs.
Like, I want to know if those kids were high, if the white kids were high off of something. Because I'm just like, I don't remember. Like, hey, look, when I was in high school, I was scary. Like, I used to act tough, but I was scary, man. Like, you know, but I'm just like, what you know, pull up on some kids that you meet and you have a verbal altercation and you just pull out a gun, but you're 17. These are children. Like don't, just because you 18, 19, you are still a child. Okay. You can't legally buy alcohol or now cigarettes. I just found that out. I did not know that.
No, they
upped the age to 21. So now you can't buy nothing.
Right.
So, you know, it makes me wonder is like, you know, this influx of all these pills and Xans and Percocets and all this stuff. I
mean, there's a song, Percocet.
Man, when my 8-year-old son was in the back of my car talking about Percocet, Molly Percocet, I said, where did we hear this song? Mommy, me and Daddy listen to it all the time. I said, oh, me and Daddy have to have a talk.
Because when I first heard it, I was like, what are they saying, Percocet? What the heck? And
Molly.
Exactly. And this is what I'm talking about as far as glorifying, you know, the drugs, the guns and everything. When, like I said, the rappers I
feel like they always glorify that stuff. So what is the difference?
Now, yeah.
I know I'm saying old rap.
No.
Like DMX?
Well, listen to why.
That's my favorite rapper.
But this is if you really listen to the lyrics, the rappers then they talked about what they went through, what they were going through.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
This is what they're going through, and they talk about that. You know, it wasn't anything.
You're right.
It was glorified. This is how they released.
Right.
It
they weren't like, yeah, I'm about to go pop this or I'm about to snort this line.
Yeah, exactly.
They were actually down in it. They were actually down in it. Like they would be like, yeah, the cokehead this and blah 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 blah. You know.
And telling their own story,
right?
You know, so but now it's glorified. Like this is the life. This is what you need to do. Where then they made their money off of telling the story about, you know, where they started and then where they came up now, which is what I love because of the simple fact it made us realize that, or appreciate that you don't have to stay in this you got people that's been just in your same situation and look where they are now.
Absolutely.
It's not the same anymore.
It's not
the same anymore at all. So that's the difference, especially and DMX actually came later in the game. I'm talking about Dre and who was Dre with? I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. You know, all of those type of rappers, LL Cool J, you know, all of them, and you know, because they kind of do. The only one but he was like a popcorn rapper, but it wasn't really rap. You know, Will Smith. But he literally said it. He was like, I did it out of fun. And, you know, I was just fortunate enough because, you know, the fact that he never
talked about that stuff.
Yeah, he
never talked
about fun stuff. It was but it was always still his story. Yeah. But the summertime when he was like,
I went too far. Look, that shows how young I am.
Yeah, I'm talking about like summertime, the stuff that he talked about. Yeah, we really did that. Like we was it before they closed everything down. We used to be in the park and having fun and doing all of that stuff.
And you can't do that no more. And I want to have a block party. Like I've never had one. I've never been to a block party. I would love to have like a summertime block party, but how will we organize it? How will we get that to happen? Like
permits.
How will we make sure that y'all don't come out here shooting up our event? Like the police are at the Boom, the Asian Festival. They're at all these festivals. Somebody is always going to these festivals firing off guns. Every single one of them. I don't even want to. The only festival I go to is Rib Fest in Canal, Winchester.
I go to that one too.
That's the only one I go to.
See?
Only one I feel safe at.
Canal, Winchester.
I ain't seen nothing about
Canal. Because she says that we live out I
live up here now, but
I wait for the guy like you live out of town.
Yeah, he
it took her an hour and a half to get here today.
Well, because of the snow. Look, because of the snow.
You live out of town?
Nah, we gonna keep it real. I forgot. Patrice called me, and when I looked at my phone, I was literally dressed for the gym. I was on my way out the door to the gym, and then I looked at my phone and I said, oh, I'm supposed to be on the radio. And then I had to change my attire a little bit, and I was like, and then head out the door. I was like 10 minutes away. It definitely took me about 15 though. That's about it. I didn't know how long it takes to get this person.
Because I was getting ready to say, okay, something wrong. Because it's never been a time where I call you and you don't call, or text you and you don't call me right back. And I'm like, okay, what's going on?
She probably expected me to be late. We call it OT time, Olivia time.
Yeah.
We don't call it Black people time. We call it Olivia time.
Olivia time.
But,
Olivia time.
So she probably expected me to be late, but when I didn't answer, I know she was like, "Wait a minute!"
I really did say that.
Stop the world.
I did say that, like, hold up, because she always calls me right back or texts me right back. Something is wrong, and I want to find out what it is.
I like your hair,
now.
Patrice. She looks really pretty.
Usually, yeah, it's been down, but I had it up today, and I don't know why it should be down because my hair keeps my ears warm when it's cold like this.
Well, I don't care. You look really pretty.
Thank you. Thank you.
Got the melanin.
Capone. You awful quiet.
I know. What's
I was letting y'all go in. Y'all, you look like y'all ain't talked or seen each other in years. I was letting y'all do it.
It's been a while, but that's mama.
I know. That's why I respect that. That's why I was over here like, okay, you know me. I get quiet. I start to work. I'm on the 5 monitors over here on the phone.
Whatever. How's my Starbucks over there?
Gone.
Oh, it's been gone. I was thirsty.
He had that down before you even walked in the door.
Yeah, I was thirsty. What? I was.
That's okay. Come on, time that we won't have a melted drink.
Yes,
you wouldn't have drunk it melted. You won't.
Yes, sure. Yes, I would.
You wouldn't have drunk that melted.
Patrice. Listen. Now we got to pause. I'm about to jog her memory. Who of the models besides Mel Rhea used to throw down? Period. Me, all the time. Show up at the event. So where's the snack tray?
No, where's
who lives by the snack trays at events? Like who used to have to pull me away and say, if you don't go talk to these people, because
you gotta socialize. Like
I would be standing by the table and sitting there eating. Did you go talk to people today? I was having some crackers. You've been over here for 10, 15 minutes. Okay.
Well, that's just like at the event, the event when I had to go out of town and couldn't be at. That we won't go there. But anyway, yeah, we're not even gonna go there.
Yes, ma'am.
But I thought you were gonna take some of that food home, as much food that was there.
I know I ate more than my body weight in it there. So
we're gonna be
good.
You're good. Yeah, I know the when.
Hey, listen. The reason why I work out.
William did the video with you. That's what you were doing, dancing.
Yep, eating.
Yeah. You're just dancing and eating. That's
what I'm saying. Like I would have drank that.
I was like, tell her. I was all the way. Where was I in St. Louis? Mm-hmm. And I said, tell her to socialize.
Yep.
Because I was watching them on live video.
Because the thing is, I'm real good at talking to people, but people food. I'm like food.
He is too. Usually, that's why. And we have a caller today. Let's see if this is an actual caller first.
All right.
Welcome to WTMH Radio Spotlight of Columbus. Who are we speaking to today? Hello. Okay, so again, that was one of those ones. Somebody, I think, gave out our number, and they just random calls. All of
getting a lot of calls, and
okay.
But while we're talking,
I wish I had known about this before. I would have promoted it.
Well, that's okay.
You told you to share the flyer and tag her in the flyer
every Monday.
Should have.
Well, I'm getting ready.
I know. I asked her. She did post one flyer, but she posted a flyer without the information on it. It's just a picture of her and Spotlight Columbus. I like.
Yeah, the one that Denise put together. That's the one I put it right. So while we were on that, I'm sure you're listening. You hear what we're talking about. You are so welcome to join the conversation. The phone number here is 614-781-0754. Again, 614-781-0754. And really, between me and now my co-host, Olivia Marie, we will definitely be promoting the show every week with the new flyer that Capone made me. And we're going to be just so you know, we got a video shoot. I mean, a photo shoot to do for the show. Yeah, photo shoot to do.
I got this 6-month-old weave in my hair. Lord, don't judge me. I pray to God that my hair don't fall out when I pull this stuff out. Well, it ain't that old, but it's old.
Well, we're going to be doing a photo shoot.
When?
Okay. You said Wednesday.
I was making sure you.
This Wednesday.
Yeah, we work fast like that.
And she does too. She's a model. She knows how to work it out.
I will.
Yeah. Okay. So we're looking at like a time right now. We're actually going to do it here. It's going to be upstairs where we're going to be doing the shoot. So from that, we're going to be doing a shoot. We're going to have our banner. Yeah, because I'm putting that together
as well.
What time will you be here Wednesday?
I mean, what's best for y'all?
What's best for you?
Because I'm here a lot.
I got to make sure it's on time.
I know I got some consultations and some appointments on Wednesday for Build a Body. Woo!
And you need to start bringing some stuff in here about that too, so we can start.
I don't have paraphernalia yet. I'm getting there.
Okay.
I got you.
So what time? Yeah, he's here all the time, so it's pretty much between us and getting our schedule.
Yeah, because Wednesday, I'm guaranteed to be here early because I start recording engineering Wednesday since I'm not sick no more.
Is this your thing?
What?
He has two.
Nah, I just help run stuff.
You have 2 shows too.
Yeah,
your show and then the
yeah. That's Tuesday though.
Yeah.
Whose thing is this?
George. He's the owner.
Who is George?
George is somewhat. Remember when I was going to the media school?
Mm-hmm.
We actually went at the same time.
Oh, okay.
I graduated. So yeah, I mean, you will meet him. Okay. You're gonna meet him, George, if you're listening.
Actually, he might be up. He might be up Wednesday. He might
think
be.
so.
Yeah, well, depending on where. Because remember, he don't live in town. Like he's really out of town. He's out of town. So when he make that drive, he gotta prepare.
Yeah, exactly.
For real.
Especially with this.
Yeah, so.
And then second, we're going to be doing, which I've already talked to George about too, some of the TV where that we're actually going to be going to do TV interviews. Okay. That y'all want to make sure you're a part of as well, and that'll be upstairs.
We can show you the upstairs once we get out of here and everything,
exactly. So you can see everything
familiar where we at.
With that. So that's going to be a part of it, and then we need to start. Well, I'm working on, which. So far, that's what I'm going to get with you too, as far as getting actual advertisers, that want to start putting stuff, their commercials and stuff on, so we can start getting.
Because we do offer that service.
Yeah.
Sweet.
We offer that service all the way from photo shoots, video shoots, TV. We doing T-shirts now.
Their different
advertise commercials, audio, visual.
I got I posted a status yesterday, and I said, who will listen to me talk?
Yeah, I seen that.
Here.
I didn't see.
And that was a perfect time you could have posted that flyer if you would have gave it to her. Because she did make that post. I didn't say that.
I still will listen to me talk my ish.
What do I do when I'm happy?
Yeah.
See, she knows.
Yay!
She has her corny moments, and I've been calling her out on it.
I'm corny all the time, so I ain't got nothing. I like cartoons. I like Dragon Ball Z video games.
What about no Dragon Ball Z?
Don't disrespect my gangster up here. I got a pass. I get to watch the Super a whole day before it come out. So I own a set of Dragon Balls.
I see somebody else had them. Where y'all get them from? We don't have a Spencer's no more up north. No, because I didn't get them. I don't want them that bag. I ain't got no place to put them.
Sure.
Not because the Spencer's that's online, they got them and they come with the basket and everything. I thought I was like, damn, that's dope as hell.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I own the whole. I own every season from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball GT.
Oh, that's what's up.
You sound like my youngest son.
Just to GT?
Hey. So watch
just to GT?
Super just came out. Once it's completed, I will buy the whole thing all at once. So you just sit over there, you watch your mouth.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, she said dicks and stuff. I can say fuck.
And then I PG the rest of the conversation.
And you just took it there.
But she was live when she said it stood out all
the
night.
Instagram definitely says saying Olivia Marie. The Twitter definitely says saying.
Lord, okay.
So,
to my viewers that I promised they would at least stay PG. I apologize. But
freedom of speech.
Yeah.
We can't help it.
These are my people, my family here. Yeah. So
somebody's got a potty mouth.
Yeah, crazy.
You wash your mouth out with soap.
Oh man.
And that grill.
Nah, not
and
that,
you wouldn't
not
believe. You wouldn't believe. You remember my youngest one, Desmond, the one that was like this. He's 6'4" now and 18.
Holy cow! William tells me he got a booty.
and to other
oops, never mind.
And to other news.
So does everybody like Wendy's? I like Wendy's.
I like Wendy's a lot.
Sweet.
As long as it's chicken. I don't eat burger. I don't eat meat. I don't eat that burger.
Yeah, I'm a carnivore over here. Her. What I'm gonna also do is if Patrice allows me, give y'all healthy tips every week.
That sounds great.
Give y'all a tip of something to do that either will help your mind, your body, spirit.
There we go. You hear that? You hear that, Capone?
Yeah, I started my diet and my workout today. So
I'm gonna give y'all one this
really.
Yeah, I got to, man. I just lost 2 more people when they sleep, man. Everybody, man, yeah. Walt passed, cardiac arrest, and then Jamal, my wingman, he passed. I'm like, damn, man.
You want to come over to the build about the team?
Nah, I just finished building my whole exercise room in my house, man. I need to start there first.
That's good.
Because I had the wide pass, but I was only going.
And plus, he's
when I got bored.
This is like his. I can't even say second home. This is like his first
home. Yeah, I'm about to build an exercise room upstairs too. Because I'm here. Because I got so much stuff that I accumulated. I'm just getting another room and just put it up there and just. Ooh. I gotta do something, man. Everybody dropping. Like, oh no!
Oh my gosh! It's 8:00.
Let me y'all to
Are you serious? Okay, say something real quick because we're actually supposed to be done right now.
All right. The healthy tip is I want everybody to practice every day. I want you guys to stop getting on social media first thing when you wake up. But like stop, and it's just to control your energy and put your positive energy towards something else. What happens is when we get on Facebook, it's mainly Facebook, but when we get on social media first thing when we wake up, we are opening ourselves to a lot of negative energy. We have no control over what we will see when we scroll. And I can guarantee you, if you wake up and you scroll something, even if it's nothing a big deal, you're gonna go, oh, this is stupid. Or you'll see something that's gonna, it's gonna hurt your heart or something. Or it could be something really positive. But the point is, you have no control over what you subject yourself to when you first wake up in the morning. And I challenge everybody to change that. Get up, brush your teeth, eat some cereal, talk, have a conversation with somebody. Just don't get on social media first hour of the day. That's all. That's what I challenge you. I do it first hour, last hour. No social media. First hour, last hour.
And that's our word of the day. I like.
Damn, that's gonna be hard.
Everybody who tuned in today to Spotlight of Columbus. Again, we have Olivia Marie.
Hello, Olivia. That's me.
And we have Capone. And we'd like to thank you. Please join us again next Monday. We really got into it today. We're over our time. We love you. Again, Spotlight of Columbus. We're out.
Bye. Go get Whitney.
What happened to my city? What happened to my city? What happened to my